What's going on, Hakus? Welcome back to a brand new video. This one's going to be a little different. I've been spending a lot of time at home, somewhat bored, and I've been having to do a lot more cooking since, my injury. So, I thought we'd cook a little breakfast tacos today. I hope you guys enjoy. It's nice to see you guys. What are you doing up there? Let's cook something. Come on, I'm hungry. Let's go. Let's cook something. So, we're gonna start off by making our tortillas, since we can keep them warm and they won't get soggy if we don't take too long. So we're gonna start off by putting just about 2 cups of our maseca and pouring it into the bowl. And obviously we're gonna need a little bit of water. What a catch. That's probably why I break so many glasses on a daily basis. Here we go, we got our water. And we're gonna mix in just a bit of salt. A generous amount. We want a slightly salty tortilla. Add in our first cup of water. I know we're gonna need a second cup, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that. I'm gonna start mixing. Make sure to wash your hands before you do this process. It's gonna get a bit sticky, it's gonna get a bit messy, but that's okay. Gonna add in our second cup of water. Gonna keep mixing. Here I added a bit too much water, but yeah, it's an easy problem to solve. Just add a bit more maseca. What a mess. There I am checking if I'm recording for the 3rd time. It's kind of hard to do these things with just one hand. It's not like it got chopped off, but it was advised not to use it. So, alright, now that we've added an extra bit of maseca, we're gonna keep mixing. And as we're making this dough, as we're touching it with our hands, we want to make sure that it's moist, but it's not moist enough to drip off of our hands. Once I start making the tortilla balls, you're gonna see, or you're gonna get a good idea of what the texture of this masa should be like, because it shouldn't be too dry and it shouldn't be too wet. We're gonna mix this in very nicely because we don't want it uneven. We don't want any part of the masa to be, more moist or some parts be drier. We don't want it to get clumpy. And you don't need a mixing utensil. This is easily mixed with your hand. I'm gonna add a little bit more of maseca, just a bit more. I can't quite remember, but I think it was a bit moist here, and that's probably why I added more. You need that good ratio. And after a while of making tortillas, you just kind of memorize the ratio, or you just kind of feel for it with your hands. That's why it's better to use your hands when you're making this kind of tortilla. Gotta mix it nice and mixed. There we go. Slide that to the side and get our tortilla press. There we are. Oh, it almost fell. Usually with these tortilla presses, some people own wood or finished wood tortilla presses, but I have this metal one. This metal one isn't very conventional since it rusts very easily and you need to be putting plastic on it. Okay, so here we go with our first ball. You see how I'm trying to round it out with one hand. You don't want these tortillas to be too big and thick, so they can, you know, they cook slower if they're thicker. Look at that, look at that. You see how very little is sticking to my hand? That's just the right ratio of water and maseca. There we go. Put it in the middle, smash, and then we lift it back up. But somebody had tied the plastic to the press, and that's not very conventional. There we are, shaking my head. Oh man, someone's gonna be mad about this, but one hand man can't really do the job. Gotta take the plastic off, make it easier for myself. Usually when we use this press, we want to smash down on the edges. Those are ones that end up being thicker than the middle, since the press presses down mostly on the middle of the tortilla. You want to be very careful. There we go, slowly. Absolutely no tears, no bubbles, no holes. Look at that beautiful tortilla. Then we smack it on that comal. There we go. Gotta tap it down a bit, flatten it down, make sure it's nice and even. And usually when you put a tortilla down and you've preheated your comal, you can already slide it to the side. Since as soon as the masa hits the comal, it starts to harden, it starts to dry out. And later on, I'm going to show you what the outside of a tortilla is going to start to look like when it's ready to be flipped on its other side. Here we are starting on the second tortilla. Take a look at the smoke coming off of that first one. That's giving us the indication that it's gonna start getting ready to the point where it needs to be flipped. That means it's not holding air inside of the masa and the inside is starting to get cooked, which is very important when making tortillas. Here we have a closer look at the tortilla. I'm touching on the other side to see if it's hard enough, dry enough as well. And I don't think it is. So we're gonna go ahead and throw the second tortilla up here on el comal. There we go. Nice and slow. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. No need to use a spatula with this. Very nice and easy. Nice warm on the hands. Just like your mom. And we're gonna start making our third bowl. Coffee break. Usually I like my coffee black. I know it's a bit strange, but I don't know. That's just how I like my coffee and how I like my milk. Okay, now we're gonna take a closer look at the tortilla. You see those cracks that I'm pointing at? You can't clearly see them. Now you can see them. You see how it has those cracks? That means the inside of the tortilla is cooked enough to be taking off of el comal. You see how that one doesn't have any cracks? That means the inside isn't cooked enough. Once the inside of the tortilla is cooked enough, on these flat tortillas, the outside of the tortilla starts to get cracked because the air that builds up in the inside needs somewhere to escape from, so it creates tears. When the tortilla is a bit too thick, it inflates, it becomes almost like a balloon, and you have to press down on the tortilla so the air will escape, create a tear and escape. But since these tortillas are thin, they just create tears. Now, here we have 4 slices of bacon. Take a really good look at those. We got 3 potatoes. These are old potatoes that I boiled a couple of days ago. Been in the fridge for a while. And we also have an onion. We might end up only using half of the onion, but I love purple onion since we don't have any white. And now we have 3 cloves of garlic. Gotta make sure to add a good amount of garlic. It's a really good condiment. Really good for you as well. And we have 2 eggs. Now, I usually have a technique for cutting the onion, but since I can't use my right hand, we're just gonna do what we can today. Don't try this at home, kids. Damn. Thank God editing is magic. Still gotta try and cut it nicely. Still gotta try. There we go. What a beauty. Did you guys see how quick I cut that onion? My goodness. Yeah. That's a way to dice garlic. Look at the egg trying to escape. No, no. You're still getting cooked. Now for the hardest part. Cutting the meat. I've heard that these knives aren't very conventional. I think I was told by a friend or a family member that these knives that are painted with these colors are, just dangerous to cook with because the paint starts to chip off over time. Some foods are more acidic than others, and that causes the paint to start chipping, and that paint can possibly get into your food, and it's very dangerous. But since we like to live on edge and there's no other knife in the house, we gotta do what we gotta do. Did I cut myself? Nah, I'm good. I can't wait to take this cast off. I miss my right hand. And we're gonna throw the onions in. Growing up, I had to cook for my brother and 2 sisters. So, in cooking for them, I know especially my brother was a bit of a picky eater. So, making those onions truly disappear was key to, just having an enjoyable meal and really fulfilling what my siblings enjoyed eating. So I really like to cook down my onions and cut them as small as possible so they dissolve into my food. But since I'm just cooking for myself right now, we're just going to go ahead and let them cook like that. Gonna add a pinch of salt to the potatoes, garlic, and onion. Nice pinch of salt. What am I looking for here? We're gonna add low sodium soy sauce. Gonna add a good amount to it. Just a little more. Come on, just a little more. There we go. I knew you were gonna add more. And if you don't have low sodium soy sauce, I also have this seasoning Maggi. This one's a little more difficult to use. It's better with chicken or meats. Maybe if you're doing like meat in tomato sauce or something like that, But it's more difficult to use because if you add too much, it really adds a bitter taste to the food. We're also going to add a little bit of black pepper. Well, that's a little much, but hopefully we could cook it down a bit. Our potatoes are starting to get that nice and brown color, just like your mom. Now we're going to add the bacon. And if you noticed, I didn't add any more oil, even though it has dried up. That's because once we add this bacon and it starts cooking down, bacon is going to release most of its fat. We don't want it to release all of the fat. We still want to eat some of it, get that crunch. But it's going to release that fat, which is going to help us fry the potato a bit more, because we really want that crunch on that potato. Crunchy outside, mushy inside. After a little while, look how it's looking. Very beautiful. Look at the color the bacon has. Nice and brown. Potatoes as well. Now we're going to add our eggs. There goes one egg. Where's my other egg at? There we go. Second egg. Going in. There we go. Gonna give it a nice stir. Now the way I like my eggs, I'm a bit specific with something sometimes, especially food. I don't like overcooking my eggs. I really don't like a dry egg. So we're only gonna let this cook for a couple of minutes. As soon as you throw an egg in a pan, it starts to cook. And the key to making a delicious, nice, moist egg is giving it just about 3 minutes. 2 minutes and a half if you really like it moist. I'm just gonna move it around a bit. There we go. Looking nice. And I think that's about it. Let's prepare these tacos now. I love that crinkling sound. That cracking of the food. It's beautiful. One tortilla. Gonna add a generous amount to it. It is breakfast after all. Nice and beautiful. Gonna add a little nice touch of sriracha for some spice. Oh, I can't wait to take in these. Take a bite of these. How beautiful. Look at them. I can't really do high quality. Let's dig in. Oh man. You know that first bite is life-changing. Changes your entire mood. Oh man. Just watching this is making me salivate. Listen closely. Oh my god. These are fucking amazing. They were fucking amazing. Oh my god. Look at that. Look at that. I think my lens is dirty. It was pretty dirty after cooking. Just so you guys can see a little clearer. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you. Life-changing. The sriracha adds a completely different explosion of flavor into this. Oh yeah. The bacon is just a little salty, but it gives the potatoes such a good flavor. And if you noticed about the potato, it's a little crispy. It's not unevenly cooked because it's mushy. It's mushy. But it's crispy on the outside. You see that steam coming off of it? I don't know if you can actually see that. The steam coming off, it's... It has that perfect texture. perfect flavor. Very nice taste with the garlic and the onions. Oh my goodness.
It was
This
delicious.
is delicious.
Oh, yes.
Mmm. That was with the sriracha. I'm gonna try this next one without the sriracha. Let's see.
Adding sriracha to the mix, it definitely changed up a lot of the flavor. I definitely prefer without it, but I like my food spicy. Gotta spice up your life.
Are you fucking serious?
Oh yeah, I'm
my
serious.
God.
I'm telling you,
The
guys.
tortilla itself, if you've never had a handmade tortilla, even if it's from like maseca that you buy at like Food Lion or Walmart, you're missing out. Truly missing out. The key to making a good tortilla is adding just enough salt and not overcooking it. This one, look at this. Look at this tortilla. It's nice and cooked, but it's mushy. See how it bounces back? It's nice and mushy. You don't want the tortilla to be crispy. Unless you're making tostadas. That's a completely different story though. My goodness.
It was true.
Adding a little bit of soy sauce to this, game changer, truly.
Alright, dude,
True
let me
game
talk.
changer.
Truly exquisite. Beautiful taste.
I don't want to make you guys watch me eat this whole thing.
But I'm gonna make you guys watch.
But fuck. This is good.
It was
This is really good.
It was delicious.
Excuse me, mess. I'm gonna clean this up afterwards, so.
Yeah. Always make sure to clean up.
My goodness.
Whatever you guys...
If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I think I might be uploading more cooking videos. I really enjoy cooking, even if it is a bit hard, since they put this this splint on me. It was nice to see you guys. Peace out.
When you guys cook, you know, be mindful of what you guys eat, of course, you know. I definitely added a good portion of oil to this meal, but this isn't an everyday thing. I'm not a very big fan of bacon, and I know I might get a little bit of hate because I know Americans love bacon. But, you know, just be mindful of what you guys eat. Be mindful of what you put into your body. Be mindful of the way you cook, the amounts of ingredients that you use. I definitely don't advise eating tortillas all the time, even though Hispanics swear by them. And, well, that's it, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, I'm happy to receive your likes. Leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. And as always, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Take care. Hakos. Peace out.